Yeah, I'm Trey Mixon. I'm a junior golfer from Macon, Georgia in the class of 2021. I go to First Presbyterian Day School and I'm committed to play college golf at Mercer University. Yeah, when me and Josh started working together, I didn't feel like my mental game was in a great place at all. I felt like I was a lot better player than the scores I was shooting, and it's kind of like I was psyching myself out of some shots and some scores, and I think I was feeling the pressure of the recruiting process. I felt like I needed to have good results all the time and always be finishing at the top of the tournaments, and so like when I would have a poor round, I'd be in a really bad mood, be a little sour, and kind of shut myself off, and it wasn't enjoyable to be around my parents who were putting a lot into my career, so I didn't feel like my mental game was in the place for my game to thrive, and if anything, it was probably bringing me down.
Trey wasn't much different than a lot of other junior players that I meet when him and I started working together. He had enough talent to be successful. His golf swing, he had a good golf swing. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. There was just a couple things missing. I noticed right away that if we just changed a couple priorities in his game, it would change his entire golf game.
The first thing me and Josh identified when we started working together was real simple, and I just wasn't making enough birdies. And Josh said that we talked about the main thing to work on, the most important thing to making birdies is being pin high, getting your distances down.
When I saw that Trey was averaging like 2 birdies a round in his tournament rounds, I knew exactly where we were going to go to work. 80% of your birdies in junior golf and in college golf come from 160 yards and in on your approach shots. So I said, man, listen, we need to have a definite major purpose in this part of your game specifically, and I want you to absolutely master distance control in your scoring irons.
So most of this practice was done on course, just really trying to focus on knowing exactly what my stock distances were with my 8-iron, a 9-iron, my pitching wedge, and then through my wedges as well. And then knowing how to take off a few yards if I need to, so that I know how far the ball's going to travel. I wasn't swinging any different, hitting any ball flights. Josh doesn't work on my swing. That's not what he does. I still have a swing coach, but I was hitting the ball. I wasn't hitting the ball any more flush or anything like that. But I was hitting it pin high, so the ball was closer to the hole. I was making more birdies. It took a little bit of time to see the results, but when they came, they all came really fast. I went on a run in about July and into early August. During that run, I had about 8 tournament rounds, and about 5 of them were under par rounds. And I went from averaging about 2 birdies a round before then to a little over 4. And because of that, the scores were a lot lower, and obviously my results were a lot better as well. I played in the SJGT Patton Kazire Classic early July, and I was able to get the win there. I was 5 strokes back, going to the back 9. I fired a 4 under par back 9. It was one of the best 9 holes of my career, and I was able to get the win there. It was really great. And that morning I got a notification on my phone when I was warming up on the range that I had gotten into the AJGA Junior at Oldfield, which I was waitlisted for that. I didn't have much status, so I was really excited to get in that. And then so I went there the very next week, had another really good showing. I fired a really good under par round somewhere in there, and was able to hang on and get a top 5 finish and get my exempt status with AJGA. And then the very next week, had another AJGA tournament, the AJGA Sevierville Junior, and I was able to get my first AJGA win there. It was another comeback win. I fired a 4 under par round to get it done, made a birdie on the last hole to win the tournament. One of those moments you kind of always dream of. And then also in that period, kind of thrown in there, I made my commitment to Mercer University. So it was just a really good time for my game, and it was awesome.
So step 1 was just helping Trey to get really good at mastering that one area of his game. Step 2 was success principle training, and that's my specialty. So he got pretty excited about reading the right books, not at first, but when he learned what they were about, he got excited about reading the right books. He got excited about the affirmation cards. He stuck to his weekly practice schedule that me and him had developed together. And since he was so coachable, within about 3 months of working together, he hit a top 5 in an AJGA. He won an SJGT event, He won an AJGA event. He got to go play the Bobby Chapman. He played the tournament or the Rolex Tournament of Champions. He committed to his college coach or his college he'd be playing at Mercer. And so I'm very proud of the work that he put in that short period of time.
I would absolutely recommend other players to work with Josh. If you're a junior player out there and you have aspirations of playing professionally or playing at a high Division I level and competing at the highest level, and you have this drive inside of you but you don't know where to put it or exactly the things to do, Josh is your guy. I always had an incredible drive to want to be the best and to want to be a great player, but I didn't know exactly where I should put that and how I should do that. And when I started working with Josh, I knew exactly where to put that energy, and that's why I was able to see the results so fast. It was, I was always working harder, not smarter, and then I started working hard and smart. And when I worked with him, and I'd really recommend other players to do that if they want to take their game to the next level.